I've always thought loneliness was due to lack of self-esteem or just feeling like you're alone and you need somebody to be there for you. I really thought it was just a lack of loving and belongingness, self-esteem, because on the hierarchy of needs, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, it goes from bottom to top. Top is self-actualization, and the bottom is like the primary needs: food, water, shelter, clothes. And then the middle is like your love, your esteem, your safety. Being able to fill the two at the bottom is the most important, because you want to know if you're safe or not, and you want to know if you have food and you can find food and you can scavenge and you'll be alive. And then the next stage is love, belongingness. Of course, with love and belongingness correlates with esteem. Because if you're loved by people and you feel like you belong in a group and you feel like you are a part of something, then your self-esteem goes up. That's just how it is. That's human nature, because we all want to feel like we're a part of something. Even outsiders, they're a part of a group, other outsiders. Loneliness epidemic. Of course, loneliness doesn't stem from just other people and all that. It's definitely a you problem that you need to deal with in the love and belongingness section, because you need to learn how to actually love yourself, and you need to learn how to be there for yourself and how to feel like you belong with yourself, where you don't have to actually belong to a cliche. Do you know when people say, oh yeah, I want to go home, I want to be home, I want to be, like, basically they want to be comforted, they want to go back to their safe haven, they want to go back to their safe place. I guess for lonely people, they don't really have like a safe haven or like a safe place to call home. Of course they have a house, like of course they have an apartment or whatever, and they live in there, but it doesn't feel like home. It doesn't feel cozy, it doesn't feel comfortable, it doesn't feel like they belong there. And the feeling of home can be in people too, like the people you find. Those people can be your home, they can be your comfort, they can be there for you no matter what. It's unconditional support, and unconditional support is one of the hardest things to find, especially in this generation and in human nature. Human nature is to take and take and take and take as much as you can while minimizing the costs you get from taking it. Taking advantage of people is human nature, and it's really hard, especially if you're lonely and especially if you want to help and you want to feel like you belong. You know, on that stage of Maslow's hierarchy, you want to feel like you belong, so you help people and you constantly give and give and give and give. But the thing is, you stay at that level because you don't feel like you belong. You feel like nobody should love you. You don't deserve love, which is untrue. You deserve all the love in the world. Everybody deserves love. The thing is, if you can recognize love in other people, then you have love. But if you can't recognize love that other people have, or you're just desensitized to that feeling, you need to go to a therapist. But you need to talk to somebody about that, because it's very clear that you repressed your emotions and your feelings to go into high stress situations or to survive, like, you know, in some type of way because of your safety needs. You do need to meet your basic needs and your safety needs first. Always a first. If you're not safe, if you're in an abusive household, if you're in an abusive relationship, if you are not safe whatsoever, find a way to get out of it immediately and try and find a way to solve it. Because thing is, people are tied to an abusive relationship or a toxic friendship because they want to fulfill that love and belongingness, but they didn't fulfill their safety needs, so they feel like they have to rely on that person because they love them. It's just some twisted form of love and attachment and obsession that the other person feels for them. It's really just obsession. And you don't want somebody to be obsessed with you, okay? I know everybody in this generation is like, I want someone that's obsessed with me completely and would do anything for me and is clingy. I'm gonna say this right now, you do not want that whatsoever. And if you do, you're insecure or you don't know what you want and you're influenced by other people's opinions, which is normative social influence. Other people influence us socially. But you see, we always say that we would never be in a toxic relationship, toxic friendship, just an abusive relationship at all. We always say that we will never get into it, we will never do that. But the thing is that the abuser is very manipulative and knows how to tug at your feelings and to tug at that level of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, your belongingness and love. And with them tugging at your love and your belongingness, they tug at your self-esteem and they make you feel worthless and they make you feel like you don't belong whatsoever. They make you feel like shit. They make you feel like you're worth less than a rock. But you're worth it. And like, I can tell you straight to your face, you're worth it, you're beautiful, you're pretty, but you're not going to believe me. And like, I can just say all this nice and sweet stuff and actually mean it. But what really matters is if you believe me or not. But you only believe when I say stuff like, you're ugly, you're horrible, you're stupid, you're dumb, like insults, stuff like that. I mean, like, some people have been through like really traumatic experiences, okay? They filter out all like the love, and then when people actually like insult them, you're like, okay, they finally told the truth. They've finally been honest with me. That's how they actually feel about me. And that's hard because not everybody is like that. Not everybody wants to take advantage of you. Not everybody wants to have a piece of your pie, if you know what I mean. There's some people that actually have really good intentions and actually just want to be friends with you because they like you and they like you as a person and they genuinely want to see you succeed. I mean, like, wanting to see other people succeed, be healthy, be happy, all that, it doesn't come naturally to us. I mean, come on, we compare ourselves to people on social media all the time. And of course, the people that always comment like, oh yeah, you're doing so great, I love your work, I love everything you do. That's nice and that's supportive and I love that. But people always draw attention to the hateful comments, to the mean comments, to the criticizing comments on their social media feeds. People notice negativity more than they notice positivity. And I think that's just how we are wired as human beings. Okay, but let's say this. You fulfilled your love and belongingness. Now comes your self-esteem, which is actually right below self-actualization. I'll explain self-actualization in a little bit. See, love and belongingness, self-esteem, they're tied together. Like, not willy-nilly, nothing. They're really tied together. Because if you feel loved and you feel like you belong in some place and you feel like you're worth it, then you have high self-esteem. Or if you just feel bad and you feel shitty and you feel like you had a bad day or something, and maybe like some people were saying bad stuff about you, maybe you believe them, your self-esteem goes down. Your self-esteem isn't always going to be high. Same thing with your confidence. It's not always going to be high up in the air. It's not always going to be low in the dumps, okay? Your confidence, your self-esteem, it flickers. Like, usually, for me, my self-esteem, it usually stays neutral. Sometimes it goes up, like a lot, like shot up. Sometimes it goes down a little bit. It doesn't shoot down though, for me personally, because other people's opinions of me don't matter. Because if they're saying mean stuff about me, if they're comparing themselves to me, I just use the excuse of, oh, they're obsessed with me. Like, I don't take other people's words to heart because I know what type of person I am. I know who I am. I know that I'm the only person that can understand who I really am. And you should take that as some advice, okay? You should take that advice to heart. You are the only person that knows who you are. If you ever meet somebody and you're like, oh, this person knows me way better than I know myself, that's a problem, because they don't know you whatsoever at all. They know the type of person you are, sure, but they don't know who you actually are. The type of person you are is like a stereotype. Okay, they're coupling you in with all the other unfortunate, mistreated, insecure, easy girls that they've gotten with. They're putting you in that category, so they're treating you the same way. But they don't know how you actually are. They don't know how you actually react to things. They don't know that you're actually a completely different person from what they think you are, what their perception of you is. Because we have a perception of people based off of past experiences with them, and just based on other people that are like them. The whole like, oh yeah, I found my twin, I found someone that's exactly like me, or I found someone that is like me, like they're literally the boy version of me, the girl version of me, right? I think that's a little shit. Because I don't think, there is no way that there are multiple people with the same exact personality, okay? You can have people that are similar, you can have people that seem very close to being the same, but the thing is, they're not. They didn't grow up in the same environment, they don't have the same genetics, they don't have everything that's the same. They're not twins whatsoever. They're not even family. They're not even related, okay? And if it is your cousin or your brother or your sister that you are like twins with, y'all personalities are basically the same, y'all are not the same though. Y'all think differently. Y'all have different perceptions of things. You two are two different people, and I don't like the fact that people go around and say, oh yeah, I found the boy version of me and I'm dating him, da 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 da. He's not the boy version of you, because if he was, then you'd basically be dating yourself. And if you were dating a mirror copy of you, they're gonna have all the traits you don't like about yourself. And if you hate yourself, well. But if you like yourself a lot, or if you love yourself, maybe it should work out. But mind you, they have all the bad traits that you have too. But on self-esteem, it's just your self-worth. It's your self-concept, your self-worth. Who are you? How do you think of yourself? How much are you worth? But once you fulfill self-esteem, you go to self-actualization. And you know what self-actualization is? Living up to your potential. Living up to your full potential. Living up to the potential, living up to your dreams, living up to everything you've ever wanted to be. But the thing is, people are usually stuck at love and belongingness or self-esteem. Usually it's more love and belongingness. Self-esteem does play a big role into it. I mean, I was stuck at self-esteem for a while. I had the love and belongingness, but I didn't have the self-esteem. So I had to build that up over time. I think I still might be at esteem because I don't think I'm living up to my potential. Not yet, at least. Because it's actualizing your dreams. That's the final stage, and it's great and amazing. Of course, there's another one above that. It's like transcendence, and you connect with other people on like a spiritual level and stuff, but most people don't believe it. And of course, this is only for like a few people, like maybe monks, shamans, all that, okay? But we're all affected by other people because us humans are social creatures. So of course we're affected by what other people say, by what other people do, and it all correlates to us somehow. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that, and stay tuned for more. Bye-bye.